So, this is the Lakewood Cemetery in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is like the original one here from, it was built in 1908, which is around when I believe Minneapolis was founded. So a lot of the founding members of Minneapolis are buried here. There are a lot of famous like industrial world powers, like the creators of those companies are buried here. Like the founder of Pillsbury is buried here. Founder of General Mills is buried here. The musician Tiny Tim was cremated here. I believe I'm actually like right next to where Tiny Tim was buried. Lots of like World War I, World War II related things. Actually just have the list here. And there are some extravagant mausoleums. Somebody's calling me. I don't recognize the area code. I'm not going to answer it. I'll just go down the list. Do you hear the bells chiming? That over there is the Lakewood Chapel, which when it was built was the most comprehensive mosaic architecture in the world when it was built, which I believe was like 1920 something. And it's built after the Hagia Sophia in Turkey, which is one of the most famous pieces of architecture in the world. And people who worked on the Vatican worked on the mosaic art that completely covers the interior of that building. And unfortunately, that building there was a service there today. I was originally going to go and check out the interior, but right up until close, a family had their funeral procession inside there, so I didn't want to be rude and be like, I gotta take my pictures, and like burst in the door or anything like that. So I might have to come back here sometime when that's open, because that is an astonishingly beautiful place inside. It has giant interior with big domed roof. It has tens of millions of mosaic tiles. So, okay, I'll just go down the list real quick of some of the famous people here. Also, it is really cold because you'll hear me sniffle over and over again. So the founder of Radisson Hotels is buried here. The inventor of the bunt pan. I'll say their names. Kurt Carlson, founder of Radisson. David Dahlquist, inventor of the bunt pan and founder of Nordic Ware. I'm skipping over ones you guys wouldn't know. George Dayton, the founder of Target, and Dayton Dry Goods, which is the first name for Target. Founder of Dunwoody College of Technology is buried here. The first president of the University of Minnesota. The drummer, Steve Foley of The Replacements, was buried here. Barton Hayes is an artist. Hubert H. Humphrey, which is one of the most famous people from Minnesota relative to the rest of the country, because he was the vice president of the United States for a while, and he's also a senator. And the Metrodome was named after him, which was our baseball stadium that was actually demolished a few years ago. Robert Kohler It's a German-born painter. Charles Lindbergh, which is actually Charles August Lindbergh, was the father of Charles Lindbergh, the aviator, is buried here. Forrest Mars Sr., the founder of the Mars Candy Company, so the inventor of M&Ms, is buried here. And the inventor of the Milky Way candy bar is here. Everyone is here. The bassist of Soul Asylum, the band, is here. Founder of the Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra, Emil Oberhofer. John S. Pillsbury, founder of Pillsbury. Carl Pohlad, which is a very well-known business person in this area. And Tiny Tim, singer and musician, TV personality, is buried actually like right over there. I don't think it's going to be unlocked because he's inside a mausoleum, but we'll see. This tiny airplane going over. Tiny Tim's real name is Herbert Buckingham Carey. Okay, so there's a lot to see in a pretty short amount of time, and I don't want to get locked in the cemetery because then I'll have to spend the night. Yeah, that was a giant commercial jet going over because we're right by one of the air traffic lines. This is a modern mausoleum, so it's a gigantic one, and it's looks very modernist. So without further ado, I'm trying out something new because I have a tripod with me, because what happens a lot is bitrate gets destroyed anytime you're out in nature like this, so I'll be able to just set it down. So here's the reflecting pool. Just look at how gorgeous this is. And you even get the sounds of the water as well. And I absolutely adore this time of year, fall or autumn. So here's part of the modern mausoleum here, which is probably locked right now, but I'm gonna go check if this building here, I'm gonna see if this is locked also, because this would be a cool thing to check out before I walk around too much. Oh yeah, and I biked 5.5 miles to get here. I'm very accustomed to biking everywhere. I don't have a car. I donated my car, so I just bike everywhere all the time. And no, I'm not violating any kinds of etiquette guidelines by filming here. They are very open to having photographers and videographers. This is a Is this locked for the day, or?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So everything's closed now.
Oh, okay. But the doors and stuff don't, or the fence doesn't close until like 7.
7, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so it's got like an hour or two just to get around here, then, or?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't close the exit till 7:30 because normally there's still somebody in here. But by that time, it's getting pretty dark now anyway. So.
Right. Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's my bike that's out front.
Okay,
but I'll hopefully get out of here as
oh yeah. Well,
time.
you still got a couple hours. So.
Okay. When in the morning does this open? The next day, like tomorrow?
You're talking about
the mausoleum.
The mausoleum's open at 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to come back and check that out another time. But
yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Were you here for the funeral? Or?
No, I'm just here just to enjoy
the
day. Yeah.
I saw you taking pictures and stuff, so I wasn't sure what. Did you get a chance to go in the chapel?
I was trying to, but I didn't want to be like disrespectful and walk in on them.
I'm not sure if that opens at 10 or if it opens earlier. But
right.
I mean, if you're going to come in to do anything here, it'll be open. During the day. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you heard the guy. Unfortunately, the mausoleum is not open right now. So we won't get to see Tiny Tim, see his burial site. He's the one that's famous for, most of you know SpongeBob, right? His song is in SpongeBob pretty often. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Having carved a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people approach me and I end up talking to a lot of people. And just looking at what you said, everyone has been saying. And yeah, it's quite cold right now, so I can't sing too well. Trying to figure out the best way to show some of these. This is the, I don't know his full name, but this is the founder of the Walker Art Institute, which is probably one of the biggest art-related galleries here in Minnesota. But look at the size of this. Let's see if I can zoom. So something that's really cool from, you know, a mystery hunter standpoint is that a lot of these are designed with tons of symbolic imagery, like the repeating patterns and the types of objects that you see here are all intentional. Look at that tree. That is beautiful. Come on, gloves. I'm trying to unzoom. What kind of camera am I using? This is the... I'll see you later, Tranquil Turnip. This is just a Galaxy S6. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to do this. Sorry about the shake. Oh, there. No, it's a digital zoom. But it's surprisingly good for what it is. And something you gotta be careful about when you're at a place like this. Lots of family members of the much larger grave markers are buried around here too. Even though it's technically not against any rules, if you accidentally walk on them, it's just kind of like out of respect. People are buried in the 1800s. Okay. Yeah, I have 2 relatives who are buried here. I didn't know the relatives that are here very well. One of them was my great grandfather on my mom's side. He's where I get my Polish heritage from. And then the other one is a step brother of my mom. But he has kind of a sad story because he committed suicide. He had a very troubled life, and father that wasn't too nice to him. And he did something really bad one day, and he didn't want to face the consequences of facing his father to admit what had happened. So he killed himself. And so he's buried here. I never knew him or anything. Look at this, we got the sun right in the background. God, these things are so extravagant, they're beautiful though. Yeah, so if I get it lined up just right, you can kind of see the sun. And I have a whole list of different explanations about who all the significant people are here. Here, I'll set this down. Well, you get to listen to me sniffle. Because because the cemetery here has an app. And it lets you get tidbits about who all the different people are. I remember Fridley is a city here in Minnesota. There's a huge amount of geese that are walking over a path right now. I don't know if I'm up for a goose confrontation, because they drastically outnumber me. This is Abram Fridley. Okay, so it's more kind of like founding members of Minneapolis. Alright, geese, how's it going? You guys see all this? They're definitely planning something. Oh my god, this app. Don't want to face myself. Look at them all. And also look at the sun. This is beautiful. Anyway, we're here for, not for geese. So I don't know if I said it earlier, but there's over 100,000 people buried here, over 280 acres. And I said it was founded in 1902. And also Ganon from Legend of Zelda is buried here. Check out this grave marker. This is beautiful. Yeah, sorry if the wind makes a loud noise. I haven't figured out a good cell phone microphone wind solution without buying a new one. next to... I'll cover the mic. I'm right next to Lake Calhoun. That's what you're looking at here. Sorry, it's not, it's not Lake Calhoun anymore. It's now Lake Makkah Ska. There's a whole lot of controversy because the guy who the lake was originally named after, Calhoun, was a adamant slave owner, and people found it offensive that we were paying tribute to someone who had lots of slaves and fought to keep the rights to keep his slaves. So now it's called Makkah Ska because that's what the Native Americans who lived here long ago called the lake. Is in tribute to a whole lot of different people. It's very tall. And just look at these colors. Actually, what I should do here, I'm gonna open the tripod all the way so I don't have to bend over. So here's some loud noises for you. There we go, a lot more stable. It's interesting too, this has got to be one of the very original grave sites. This is someone who was born in 1795 and died 1852. You can just look at the state that this is in. This looks like it's marble. Is the wind really loud? Like, is it disruptively loud? Oops. Because I watched my last IRL stream where it was super windy and it was like painful. This area. Oh, we take a look at this. I'm going to see if I can use the app, the cemetery app, in order to find a specific grave site. There is the very first person buried here. It should be nearby. Okay, I found the site of the first person buried here. Let's see if I can find it. Also, I need to transfer my battery to my phone. Yeah, I have to leave this place before it gets too dark because they lock everything up. Otherwise, I'd be spending the night here. It is a very strange feeling knowing that I am walking on the ground just above hundreds of thousands of bodies of people who once lived. So if ghosts are a thing, I've definitely had them pass through me. Okay, trying to move. No, actually, this graveyard or cemetery is old enough that most of them are actually buried. There are a lot of modern cremations, but like the practice of cremation didn't start getting popular until a lot later. Most of the grave markers we're looking at right now are from people who died in the 1910s, 1920s. Here is the tallest marker in the entire cemetery. Of course, it's hard to get a sense of depth. All right, this is a pretty important one. So the founder of Pillsbury is buried here. Of course, exposure on my phone is going to be tough. fittingly has wheat. Can't remember what you call a group of wheat. Yeah, the Pillsbury flour milling. Let's see if I can do a fake zoom in on the statue at the top. Maybe I should just keep it a little bit zoomed in like this the whole time. And of course I accidentally double tap. Come on. Yeah, I see a lot of tweaking I need to do with the stream to make this easier. Oh, hey, it resets the zoom if I just tap twice. This is a pretty cool looking marker. There's an interesting documentary on YouTube about this place, and you can get a good taste of like all the different generations of memorials and grave markers, and like what was popular. Actually, I am wearing capacitive touch gloves. They're just not very reliable. Something that's pretty cool about this particular cemetery is that it's non-denominational. So there's obviously a lot of Christians buried here because it's Minnesota, but there's also Jewish people, there's Muslims here, there's Hindu people, there's even like an atheist section. Some people even have pets buried here. There is a whole section for, what was it? It's like Japanese Americans who died during a specific incident during World War II. Well, not Japanese Americans, but just Japanese World War II soldiers. I don't think it was Pearl Harbor or anything, but so there's all kinds of symbols on all of these, and it's just something that's interesting to me, that, you know, if you're going to have something that represents your entire life, why not put all kinds of symbology all over it? Be curious to know what a lot of these mean. Yeah, I'm sure there's like family crests. A lot of these are different organizations that people belong to. There's one that I really want to find before it gets too late, which is the Elk Lodge Memorial. There's a group here called the Elks, which is like a fraternal organization, and it is a huge cast iron elk, and it looks incredible. So I don't know if I was interpreting what the security guy said right, but it sounds like, because I biked here, I could technically be here later, past close, and still get out. Because, I mean, they wouldn't just lock you in. I could just go through a walkway with my bike. They lock the door to cars, the big gate. That's a nice view. But, I don't know. Whoop, hi. This is a cool looking marker. Pretty cool how the sun is hitting this right now. I'm just gonna check, see if this is the site I was looking for. Look at that, the sun is hitting the cross just right, so it just illuminates the whole thing. Alright, so this is actually what I'm looking for, is this little one behind here. This is Maggie Menzel. She is the very first person ever buried here in 1872. And someone even put Oh my god. I need to stop. Camera needs to stop twisting. And somebody even put a little flag here. What's interesting too is that there are lots of markers here that are just that get covered in dirt and grass, and they just sort of get reclaimed. It's like you don't even know, like this one. Check this one out. This is concrete and it has glass windows on it. And just to give you a sense of scale, cool. Your grave would have a Wi-Fi hotspot on it. I think there is actually someone that did that. It sounds familiar. And there's a lot of what they call like Greek revival grave markers. Also, thanks for the resubscription, Spaghetti. You know, I missed that. And thanks for the follow, Rainbows 1963. God, it's just so much to see here. There's no way. Should have gotten here earlier, but I'm a lazy night owl that doesn't often get up early in the morning to do stuff. There are other people here currently. Other couples. Oh, this is an awesome looking one. Let's see if I can. Your grave would have a hologram of you doing a Fortnite dance on top of it. I actually wouldn't be surprised if that started becoming a thing. But like, look at the designs on this one. trying to decide. There's so many different ways to go. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't let you bike inside the actual cemetery here. Although they let you drive. I don't know what's so bad about a quiet mode of transportation that's environmentally friendly. Oops. Oh no, there's a group of people heading this way. Gonna have to make a strategic turn. Here's just some nice colors. See if I can do the zoom again. We got some, I think unfortunately, well, there's some ducks. There's some ducks. Oh, and a goose. Megnifi Santa Caritere. Only ducks. Kansitsuri Yarati. God, and squirrels keep running by and startling me. Speaking of funerals and graves, to quote an old post, at my funeral there's going to be a closed casket and then it'll be open to reveal that I'm not inside. And instead they'll turn the ceiling fan and my lifeless body will swing around the room while Space Jam theme song plays in the background. I have heard of that before. I think that was a Mitch Hedberg thing. Yeah, the only etiquette rules, like when I read the website, is they just said, you're welcome to take photos, you can take video, you can walk around, over and around. Different sites, but they just don't want you to be invasive to other visitors. And they don't want you to be like playing loud music. Can't figure out a good way to hold this. You want a touch screen grave where you can, or has a giant F on it and people can walk by and push the F to pay respects. Wow. Also, get a load of these colors. The sun just came up from under a cloud. Damn, it's so beautiful here right now. You can even see the long shadows. Look at me. See a big mausoleum over here. I'm gonna go check it out. And also Lakewood here, where I am, has the last remaining model of a specific type of Civil War cannon. I'm gonna see if I can find that later. If I had more time, I would sit and read some of the inscriptions that are on these graves. I don't know the right word because they're grave markers, but they're like all different styles. Technically, a grave is the hole that a person is put down into. And a headstone is a thing at the front. Let's see if I can. Hello, Skinny Mario. At your grave, you want a button that says press at your own risk. When people press it, your decayed bony hand will come out and do the circle hands okay sign. These are some millennial level memorial recommendations. These are all interesting. This is more what modern day people do for burials. All of these are from 2004, 2003. People do the ones that are even with the ground like this. Ignore that sound. Uh-oh, we've entered the Rule 34 section. Actually, that'd be a good time for me to check the map. Here is the map. Where do you wish to go? Great, now I gotta make a decision which way to go. Let me set this here. I'm going to try to go directly towards particularly interesting things just so I'm not wandering. If I had like 4 more hours, I would wander, but I'm kind of time limited. No, if only I could fast travel. Sorry about my sniffling. It's cold and my nose runs very fast. I'm just checking my phone right now. Okay. Just so I can make ground, I'm going to keep walking and just do the outer loop circle, and I'll keep an eye out for the really cool ones that I wanted to take a look at. We got this guy. But yeah, when I'm thinking about what would I want done to my remains when I die, I really don't want any kind of memorial. First of all, I'm an organ donor, so use my body if there's anything of use. And whatever is left, just like, I don't know, burn up, put in the garden. Maybe not even a garden, just sort of like throw it somewhere. What was really nice though is that when I arrived here, there was a funeral procession happening, and it's waiting for the airplane to go over. But yeah, when I got here, there was a funeral procession, and the people, they're all dressed in black, and they were paying respects, but they were all laughing, and they were hugging, and just having a good time. And I think that's the way to do it. I mean, why be sad if you don't have to be? These fall colors, though, oh my god, so good. I think I'm in the area where one of my relatives is buried. But it would take so long to find it. I have pictures of it at least, so I've done it once. There's not much to see on this side. Let's see. Hello. Oh, goodness gracious. See, I'm wearing cemetery camouflage at the moment. I mean, that's actually just what I always wear. Believe it or not, I wear a lot of gray stuff. You might say that that's kind of monotonous, but the area that I'm nearing right now is a bird sanctuary. But it's closed, but I assume there's birds there. Like my beanie. Never called them beanies before. That's such a weird word. Fall color spotted. Oh no, I broke. There we go, it's back. There's a stream that I'm going to do coming up. Not exactly sure when, but it's going to be at the Art Institute of Minneapolis, which is a very old building built in like the 1870s or something. No, 1890s. And it's known to keep kicking my tripod. It's known to be haunted. And they actually have a self-guided ghost tour. And I'm going to check that out. So I'm going to go into a room where people have reported all kinds of uncomfortable ghost interactions. And I'm just going to hang out there with the stream. I'm going to try to go at night. Just heading over to this thing to see what it is. I think I don't know. Phone. Just realized my Wi-Fi hotspot is sitting right next to a solid piece of metal that I have in my pocket. So I moved it. I don't know if that could interfere or not. If only you could stream smells. Now, don't get the wrong idea. It's just that, you know, the smell of fall is so nostalgic to me. Okay, I'm gonna see which way I should go. I keep kicking the tripod. Yeah, because I have the tripod opened up all the way. Wish I had easier control over the settings on my phone while it's doing stuff, so I could force the exposure to stay a certain way, force it to focus a certain way. Yeah, I think the tree you were talking about was just, it's probably a dead tree. It's kind of interesting while I'm here is that, okay, come on, phone. Is that there's like a lot of other people that just kind of walk around by themselves through here. It must just be, I don't know, it's a beautiful place, I guess. Just wander around and enjoy the sights. And I found the elk. Yeah, a person's probably sneaking up to ambush me. But joke's on them, I'm already in a graveyard. Yeah, this is Elk's Rest. This is the, all of the stones that are around here, these markers. They're all members of the Elk Lodge. Which is like a fraternal organization, kind of like Shriners. I don't know if I'd say similar to like Freemasons. Let's see if I can reset the zoom by going back to my face. Come on, phone. There we go. Well, actually, let's see if I can find the other thing I was looking for. Oh, you're really high above me. It's interesting too, some of these sites have very new looking flowers on them. Most of my family, of my grandparents, have all been cremated, so we don't really have grave sites like this. Oh my god, I gotta figure out a better way to mount everything here. This is interesting. Solid too. Felt like that was granite. Yeah, it should be transparent, and then they have a projector inside that like rear projects their face to fill the entire globe. So now this is where it starts to get a little eerie around here, because there are a couple other people here, but overwhelmingly there's an overwhelming lack of people. I should go this way because the sun is doing cool stuff that way. So that means that's west, at least kind of northwest, as we tilt away from the sun. Okay, so if that's west, north, then I gotta go this way. Who knew a cemetery would be so dead? Exactly. It's kind of funny that the security guy that I talked to earlier, he's worked here a very long time. He was also here the last time I was here, which was like 3 years ago. And, you know, his job is to open and close this place. So he just kind of like rolls in, and then you see him park over by one of the gates, and then he just like sleeps in his car all day. Waits until it opens, or wait until it's time to close, and then closes it. Oh, actually, yeah. I'm kind of near these. I should go check it out. Lakewood Cemetery here has gigantic greenhouses. So they grow all of the flowers and things that are put here for memorials. It's just some really cool You've taken a liking to her? Very good. I like this framing. See if I can give you guys a sense of scale. Yeah, I'm just really short. The statue is actually just like 6 feet tall. You must be Ames. Here's the memorial to Loring. I don't remember his first name, but it's the founder of the Minnesota park system. Love the detail. There's an airplane. Look at this view. Statues are almost always like Virgin Mary. Or some of them are references to, I think, like ancient Greek. Because there's like all different generations of what kinds of things were popular at the time. See, now I might be able to catch a sunset. Thing that's really cool about this place is that there is no illumination at all out in the actual cemetery area. So when it gets dark, it's going to be extremely dark. So I might be able to catch a sunset. I'll head over to the west side. Oh my God, come on. Zoom, please. There we go. I'm racing the sun. And right in front of me here is, I believe, the memorial for the founder of the cemetery. It's not actually as dark as it looks. It's because the phone is focusing on the brightness of the sky. Oh wow, this is going to be a beautiful shot. Let's see if I can get it lined up. Okay. Oh, I can't find a good spot. Well, first of all, there's this. I like seeing the reflectivity of this monument right here. Oh, too much. I can't figure out a shot where I'd be able to get some of the grave markers in the same shot as the sun going down. Thanks for the follow, Shinks. Also at the same time, look, there's an airplane going through the view also. See if I can get a shot of the moon. Don't think my phone's gonna want to focus on it. Oh my God, just phone, please. Okay. I'm wondering if I should actually just get out of here can go right up to the lake and watch the sunset, which is setting like right now. I'm actually pretty close to my bike, so I could do it. I think I'm going to do that. And by think, I mean I am going to. Come on, come on. Switch camera. So that way I'm not sitting here worrying the security guy because I haven't left yet. And I'll be with my bike ready to go. Oh, here's the memorial to the Chinese who are buried here. It says sit. And there's a bench right in the middle. But that's actually their last name. Oh, this is cool. Look at the reflection on this really glossy marker here. Damn. That is beautiful. Gonna pass by the Goose Collective as they're all sitting here plotting to fight, plotting an uprising. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm going to say goodbye to Lakewood for now. Everything becomes significantly spookier. There's at least like 200 geese in here right now when I was trying to count them. It's a cool shot of the mausoleum that I didn't get to go inside because it shut down for the day. Yeah, that's actually the twist to all of this. Everyone who's buried here was killed by a goose. That's what they don't tell you. trying to get a good... Okay. So you guys are going to look at this while I get all of my bike stuff on and ready to leave. But I'm going to head down to the lake to watch the sunset. So, BRB, I guess. Ugh, yeah. All the sniffling. Not sure the best way to do this. Okay, I'm taking you guys off the tripod. Okay. Now, how am I going to do this? I'll fix the camera in a sec.
Oh no.
I know.
Oof, okay. I didn't forget about you guys. You were in my pocket. I just wanted to get over down to here so you guys could see this. Look at this. You guys had a pocket adventure, yeah. I'm on Lake Calhoun, also known as Lake Makkah Ska, watching the sunset. This is astonishingly good looking. Here's the traffic. So yeah, you guys went on a pocket adventure. I put you guys in my pocket and I just jumped on my bike and just biked down here really quick. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get the tripod out fast enough to set it up real quick. Oops, okay. There we go. Now I don't have to stress about accidentally dropping my phone into the lake. Yeah, the water would be very cold right now. While we enjoy the sunset together, I'm going to get all stuff onto my bike, my lights and stuff. Might be possible for me to mount the phone onto my bike, but it will be a night ride back, so it would just be loud and windy. But yeah, I have 6 miles to bike to get back home. So how was your evening, chat? What did you guys do on a Wednesday? Did you work? Did you get outside? Did you grind stuff in an MMO? What did you do? You went to class. You did nothing. That's always great. Did Maple Story 2. Had a day off and chilled so hard. Applied for work. Oh, I've been there. You watched a gubernatorial debate, seeking employment, staying home, washed clothes, cleaned your bathroom, cleaned your turtle's tank. Nice. Let's take a look, see how the other side of the lake looks. You can watch the traffic on the right there. Yeah, this is like exceedingly relaxing right now, even though it is like below slightly, well, actually I think it's right at freezing temperature right now. But just the colors, Duke, and the rippling water, and just seeing the city in the background, and the cars slowly rolling by. There's people on bikes going all around the lakes. There's a lot of lakes here in Minnesota, believe it or not. It's in our slogan. You can see two airplanes right there. I live really close to the airport here as well, so they're coming in. Yeah, if I was here with someone else, perhaps a significant other that is non-existent currently, this would definitely be a place to put your arm around significant other and just take it all in and enjoy each other's presence. But I just have you guys, so it's the next best thing. No, I'm not giving up. It's just, it's very difficult. Because I'm actually out on a pier right now. I'm like, I don't know, like 50 feet away from the shoreline. I think people are afraid to come out here because, like, there's this guy talking to himself. Internet chatters are the least significant others. That is true. Doesn't mean you guys aren't valuable. It's because you guys know more about me than I know about any of you. It's that thing like Vinny was talking about. It's the parasocial relationship. An audience where huge amounts of people know a lot about one person, and the one person knows nothing about the huge group of people. You can hear distant dog confrontation happening at an intersection. Surprised there's at least 35 people here. 36. Oh, and thank you, Toga Pichu, for the 100 bits. I didn't notice that. Ooh, I'm gonna see if I can get a good frame of something else happening on the lake. See if we can. Okay. It's so dark that when I digitally zoom in on stuff, it just like It looks really noisy. Here, let's take a slow 360 trip around the lake while zoomed in. If it gets darker, it's going to end up being analyzed by Night Mind. That is a good one. Here's my shitty tripod slowly chunking along the coast. You can see the cars and their reflections. There's various hotels, and that's over... God, where is that? I think that's part of Uptown. Uptown is the upscale, ritzier place where people hang out here. That's where our Apple store is. A lot of restaurants. More hotels. Some of the most expensive real estate here is right along the lake. There's lots of lakes, though. This is just one of many. Oh, hey, Zot. Well, I have it on a tripod right now, Zot, so that's probably why bitrate isn't as noticeable. I'm just running 1500 kbps. And I'm doing a digital zoom on my phone. Your ex used to live by Lake Superior. Oh yeah, Lake Superior, the largest lake in America. It feels like an ocean when you're by it. It's so big. It's a great place though. Yeah, there's been some famous shipwrecks in Lake Superior also. The Edmund Fitzgerald. The lake walk in the early morning. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I miss most about living in Duluth. Just the nature up there. Remember going along, what is it, like Skyline Parkway or something, where it's ridiculously expensive, huge homes, but they're really high up and you can overlook the entire city and look onto the Lake Superior, and oh, it's a really gorgeous drive. Yeah, not sure how much longer. Just looking at my phone right now, trying to figure out the best route to get back. I just tweeted a photo of us watching the sunset together, if you guys want to see what it looks like not on stream. Steal your power, chat. Taking the battery off the phone. Oh my god, it's really... There we go. What's like a fractal? All seeing the stream watching the stream of the stream or something like that. So it was kind of weird when I was leaving the cemetery, when I was getting all the stuff, getting my bike unlocked and all that, is that the security guy was just like sitting there staring at me, waiting for me to leave. And it wasn't even time to close the cemetery yet. I mean, he's probably just in a trance because he does this every day, but it's like, hey man, I don't... Can at least pretend like you're occupied with something else. Oh, the symmetrical skyline, yeah. So I don't think he'll even be able to see me because it's so dark, but let's see what happens. No, it's too dark. You can see my hand. Alright, well, wait, see if I can get a shot of the moon before I go. Ah, yes, there's the moon. So I could cover up the moon on and off and give you guys a Morse code message. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm covering the moon, and I'm going to uncover and cover it with a Morse code message starting now. There we go, that's the message. Only hardcore Easter egg hunters will know what it means. Some Ludo crypto shit, exactly. Okay, chat. Now it's too dark to even see anything. I could turn on my flashlight. But now I'll draw attention of people. Alright, so chat. Thank you all for watching the stream tonight. This was kind of an interesting journey through the cemetery, just trying to figure out some ways to enjoy the fall weather and to watch the sunset together, do something mildly spooky. But yeah, I need to get back home. I got like 6 miles to go and it's cold and I got to bike an unfamiliar route. Coming up sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a self-guided ghost tour through the Minneapolis Institute of Art. So I might actually get to experience a ghost. But it's a really fun place, really ominous old building. It's fantastic. So thank you all for joining me tonight. Stay tuned to Twitter. I'll tell you guys hopefully a day in advance before I go, and so you'll know when it's going to happen. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.